Rhett just showed me some video he took of himself last night.
Let's talk about that.
Good morning, Chia Lincoln. It is Wednesday, February 2, 2011. Thanks for joining us. It's Good Morning, Chia Lincoln.
I trust that you and your significant other are curled up next to a fire with a nice hot cup of cocoa. And we're going to put on a nice track for you right now. Hall & Oates.
Man, you still want to give a man-eater? You will never be Delilah.
What's another Hall & Oates song that I could give them?
One-on-one. That's a good
One-on-One.
One-on-one is a very good one. It seems like most appropriate. Happy Groundhog Day, people.
This is Rhett, and you're listening to 101.5 FM.
I don't know if you celebrate Groundhog Day in your nation, but in our nation, if the groundhog in Punxsutawney, wherever it is, what's the name of the town?
Pennsylvania, isn't it?
Pennsylvania, I think.
Punxsutawney Phil.
If he sees his shadow, it means that something's going to happen, and if he doesn't see his shadow, it means something else is going to happen. It's related to how many more weeks of winter there's going to be before spring thaws or whatever.
Because you see,
I don't even know which is which.
We Americans are really known for our commitment to scientific endeavors, like groundhogs seeing their shadows to make determinations about the weather. That's what we're known for.
Oh yeah, we're serious about this.
Nothing subjective here, people. Well, this video that you're about to see, this is kind of a landmark moment on Good Morning Chia Lincoln, because I'm going to show you a video that I made of myself last night.
A private video.
I guess it's not going to be private anymore because I'm going to show it to the Good Morning Chia Lincoln audience.
But to give them a little bit of background, how do you feel?
If you're a faithful GMCL watcher, you know that I've been sick all week. And this is one of the sickest times in my life over the past like 2 or 3 years. I mean, I've been sick for days now, but it's morphing. It's gone away from here, now it's up in here. And so last night I was just kind of overwhelmed with like some sort of sinus pressure, and it was just really bothering me. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to get a Neti Pot.
Now, you may not even know what a Neti Pot is. I know what it is, though I've never used one. Explain to them what this thing is.
Well, it's a pot. I don't know where neti comes from, but it's a little teeny little teapot looking thing with a spout on it, and you put warm water and saline solution, which for all you Americans is salt, and then you essentially shake it up a little bit, and then you do what you're about to see, and it apparently flushes out your sinuses.
Now, warning, before we show you this private clip from Rhett's private collection, if you are squeamish when it comes to liquids coming out of people's noses, and going into their noses for that matter, look away.
Avert your eyes.
3, 2, 1.
Here we go. Uh-oh. Oh, I didn't know this was possible. There it is.
I don't know if we should have shown that to anyone.
That's what I did last night.
Oh, good. I'm glad to see you at least wearing your sweatshirt bathrobe while it was happening. The thing that made it most unpleasant to me were the noises you were making. At first, it was like, ugh.
It was the first time, man. I mean, you know, I didn't know I didn't know how to react.
And then it went from to
oh.
There was a O in there.
Well, here's the sensation that takes place. You know,
is this scalding water? First of all, is it like like a boiling teapot of water?
Think about that and ask the question again.
I mean, is it hot? I know it's not scalding, but
it's warm, and they made sure that they say make sure you stir it if you warm it up in the microwave, which is what I did. Filtered water, just kind of stir it a little bit and make sure that it's warm, but it's definitely not hot.
You heated it in the microwave.
Well, what technology do you use to heat water? Your hands?
The hot water out of the tap.
Do you like put it next to your body?
The hot water out of the tap is...
But that's not filtered water. In my house, the filtered water comes from the refrigerator, so that's cold. So I had to do something. And I didn't want to put it under my arm and sit there for 17 minutes. So
I don't think you had to use filtered water, but go ahead.
No, it suggested that. So, because you don't want to be putting all kinds of nasty minerals up in your head.
You're not making a tasty cup of coffee. You're flushing out your sinuses.
It's going up into your brain, though. I think it goes up and takes a little route through your brain and then comes back down. I mean, that's the way it felt.
Really?
Yeah. It was up in here. What happens is it goes up into your nose and your sinuses, and it fills the entire cavity, and you feel it like kind of going, and then all of a sudden you're like, there it comes out of my other nostril, which I didn't know they were connected. You know, I'm not much on anatomy, so especially nasal anatomy, and so I had no idea that was gonna. I knew it was gonna happen because of the instructions, but I did not know how it was gonna feel.
So the instructions were kind of were like, now this is what's gonna happen. Don't panic. Were they written in this kind of like, don't panic, everything's gonna be all right kind of way, or was it very medical?
It was pretty medical, but it definitely said, do not lean back because the water will begin going into your mouth.
Like a nosebleed.
So you have to keep it like this. And at one point, I did kind of look up to kind of see myself in the camera, and I started feeling it to be about to go into my mouth, and I was like, whoosh, and got back to this position. I got to say...
Did it all come out, or is there a lot of like saline solution rattling around up in there now?
Well, it did say, this is one of the interesting things at the end of the instructions. It said, wait 1 hour after you do this because your sinus cavity has got lots of twists and turns in it. And what can happen is you can do the neti pot thing, and then you can like be out at the club, you know, raining. What do you call it when you rain the money? I've never been to the club, so I don't know what happens. But
making it rain.
Making it rain. Or making rain.
No, making it rain.
And then all of a sudden, just some water just kind of comes out of your nose.
That would be embarrassing. That brings new meaning to making it rain.
You would really
out of my nostril.
Making it rain. So that didn't happen to me though. It was in there. It was fine. And actually, I felt great. In fact, I felt so good. I did it again. You do it in one nostril, then you do it in the other nostril. I went downstairs and I was like, I'm gonna do that again. I don't think you can get addicted to it. And so I went back up and I did it again, and then I did it again in the other nostril.
Did the instructions say what to do if you start pouring it in and it never comes out?
Call 911.
Really? Call poison control?
Yeah.
I've got saline solution trapped in my sinus cavity.
I like sinal though. I like that.
My sinal region.
So have you ever done a neti pot? Have you ever used a neti pot? Do you have one laying around you should break out and use? I'm probably going to do it again. I was going to do it on the show this morning, but I thought you should just see a moment from my private life.
I love how they chose to make the neti pot blue. It looks like a shrunken Smurf head. You know, it's just like...
Well, that's just this particular neti pot.
If I want to suck liquid up my nose, I'd like to do that out of a shrunken Smurf's head, like Papa Smurf, shave his beard, and then fill him up with saline solution and let me go for it.
Let's check in with Chia Lincoln.
We still love you, Chia Lincoln. It doesn't matter if you're wilting or dying or...
At this point, it's just about commitment to Chia Lincoln because there's nothing about him that is, just naturally attractive. But this is about commitment.
Boy, that's sad. We'll see you tomorrow. Thanks for being a faithful watcher and telling your friends about Good Morning Chia Lincoln.
Make sure you look at the update about our Mythical Beast gathering this Saturday in Chapel Hill at the Blue Sky Film Festival. All the information is in the description. The times haven't really changed. They've just gotten more specific, and you can know exactly where you need to be, when, and what kind of things we're going to be doing. So look in the description and the link to the Facebook event.